look in the mirror and I don't know that face. It's tired of loving, tired of the pain you left in this place. I replay every moment, every word I couldn't say, wondering if I was the reason you walked away. I gave you my everything, still you needed someone else. Now I'm stuck here blaming myself. I hate myself for loving you, for believing you would stay. I hate myself for all the nights I begged you anyway. I broke my own heart trying to hold on to you. I hate myself for thinking your love was true. I change all my colors just to fit your world. I swallow my feelings, let my silence go unheard. You said I was enough, but your actions said I wasn't. Now I'm picking up the pieces of the trust I lost in us. I keep asking what I did wrong, why I was so easy to lose, why loving you cost me. I hate what loving you did to me. You said it wasn't my fault, but you looked at me that like loving you too deeply was the reason you couldn't stay. I carried all the silence, all the fights we never had. I took the weight of losing you and called it something I was bad at. You walked away so certain, left me questioning myself. I became someone else, so blame me again. If it helps you sleep at night, say I asked for too much, say I loved you wrong somehow. You gotta heal and move on. I stayed broken in the end. You don't miss what you don't feel, so go on, blame me again. to read between your lines the parts you wouldn't say. I'm just tired, meant goodbye in a quieter kind of way. I begged you to be honest, you begged me not to cry. Funny how the truth showed up only after you said goodbye. You left me with the questions, you refused to answer them. Now I replay them, so blame me again for wanting you to stay, for believing all your promises meant something anyway. You gotta heal and move on. I stayed broken in the end. You don't miss what you don't feel, so go on, blame me again. Maybe I was too patient, maybe you were too afraid. Maybe love scares people who don't know how to stay. But I won't keep carrying the guilt that isn't mine. I loved you with my whole heart, and that should be just fine. Blame me again if that's what helps you cope. But I'm done drowning in regret for a love you couldn't hold. You gotta heal and move on. I stayed broken back then, but I'm learning how to rise now. So you can't blame me again. Blame me again. I replay every sentence, try to find where I went wrong. I gave you all my patience, I gave you all my songs. You said I was your safe place, said you felt like you were home. But you don't leave home that easy, if it ever felt like one. I kept shrinking my heart to fit inside your doubt, until I lost myself somehow. I was enough, you just couldn't stay. I loved you in ways you were too scared to face. I gave you my truth, you gave me delay. I was enough, you didn't stay. You held me like a habit, not like something you protect. You chose comfort over honesty and left me with regret. I asked you for reassurance, you called it asking too much. Funny how wanting real love is seen as losing touch. I kept believing effort could make you choose me too, but effort only came from you. I was enough, you just couldn't stay. I loved you in ways you were too scared to face. I gave you my truth, you gave me delay. I wasn't be chosen by someone who won't stay. I was enough, I see it now. You didn't leave because I failed. You left because you didn't know how. I'll carry the love I gave you, but not the blame. I was enough, you didn't stay. Heard me breaking softly, but you never turned around. I was screaming in the quiet, you were nowhere to be found. We had words left unspoken, truths you wouldn't face. You chose the comfort of your quiet over staying in this place. I asked you for a heartbeat, you gave me empty space and called it grace. You chose silence when love needed a voice. You watched us fall apart and still called it a choice. I fought for every feeling you let our slip from sight. Love doesn't lose slowly. Love didn't fight. You said you hated hurting me, but you let me hurt alone. You said you needed time, but time just proved you're gone. I begged you for the truth. You said there's nothing wrong, but nothing's wrong when love is real. It doesn't last this long. I kept reaching for your heart through the walls you built inside, while you hid behind your pride. You chose silence when love needed a voice. You watched us fall apart and still called it a choice. I fought for every feeling you let us slip from sight. Love doesn't lose slowly. Love didn't fight. Maybe love is louder when both hearts wanna stay. Maybe silence is the answer when one has walked away. But I won't blame myself for the words you couldn't say. I showed up for the battle, you just walked away. You chose silence and I chose to heal. I can't keep begging someone to feel what they don't feel. I gave you all my courage, I stood up for what was right. I didn't lose love slowly. You just didn't fight. was talking to your body while your heart was somewhere else. You were standing right beside me, but you never chose yourself. I kept asking if you're okay. You kept saying I'm just tired. But love don't feel like distance when both hearts are still on fire. I carried every conversation, every day you wouldn't know. Somehow I loved alone. I loved alone while you slowly checked out. I was screaming all my feelings. You were living in your doubts. I stayed fighting for forever. You stayed halfway gone. I gave you all of me, but I loved alone. You stopped asking how I'm feeling, stopped noticing my pain. You said we'd be alright while we were circling the drain. I kept lowering my needs so you wouldn't feel the weight. Funny how I lost myself trying to make you stay. I kept hoping you'd come back to the love you used to show, but your heart already said no. I loved alone while you slowly checked out. I was screaming all my feelings. You were living in your doubts. I stayed fighting for forever. You stayed halfway gone. I gave you all of me, but I loved alone. Maybe love can't survive when only one heart tries. Maybe I wasn't asking too much. Maybe you were just inside. I won't keep blaming myself for the effort you didn't give. Loving you cost me myself, and I still had to live. I loved alone, but I won't anymore. I won't beg for someone who won't meet me at the door. You checked out quietly, left me strong and torn. I loved you with everything, but I loved alone. I look in the mirror and I don't know that face. It's tired of love, tired of the pain you left in this place. I replay every moment, every word I couldn't save, wondering if I was the reason you walked away. I gave you my everything, still you needed someone else's. Now I'm stuck here blaming myself. I hate myself for loving you, for believing you would stay. I hate myself for all the nights I begged you anyway. I broke my own heart trying to hold on to you. I hate myself for thinking your love was true. I changed all my colors just to fit your word. I swallowed my feelings silence, letting my silence go unheard. You said I was enough, but your actions said I wasn't. Now I'm picking up the pieces of the trust I lost in us. I keep asking what I did wrong, why it was so easy to lose, why loving you cost me you. I hate myself for loving you, for ignoring all the signs. I hate myself for wasting all my heart and all my time. I broke my own heart trying to make you choose. I hate myself for thinking your love was true. Maybe someday I'll forgive me for loving too deep, too fast, for seeing a future in something that couldn't last. I don't hate who I am, I just hate who I became when I loved someone who never felt the same. I hate myself a little less tonight. Now I finally see the truth. You didn't leave because I failed, you left because of you. I'm learning how to heal, learning what it deserve to. I don't hate myself anymore. I hate what loving you did to me. You said it wasn't my fault, but you looked at me that way, like loving you too deeply was the reason you couldn't stay. I carried all the silence, all the fights we never had. I took the weight of losing you and called it something I was bad at. You walked away so certain, left me questioning myself. I became someone else. So blame me again if it helps you sleep at night. Say I asked for too much, say I loved you wrong somehow. You got to heal and move on. I stay broken in the end. You don't miss what you don't feel, so go on, play me again. I learned to read between your lines, the parts you wouldn't say. I'm just tired, man, goodbye, in a quieter kind of way. I begged you to be honest, you begged me not to cry. Funny how the truth showed up only after you said goodbye. You left me with the questions you refused to answer then. Now I replay them. So blame me again for wanting you to stay, for believing all your promises meant something anyway. You got to heal and move on. I stay broken in the end. You don't miss what you don't feel, so go on, blame me again. Maybe I was too patient, maybe you were too afraid. Maybe love scares people who don't know how to stay. But I won't keep carrying a guilt that isn't mine. I loved you with my whole heart, and that should be just fine. Play me again if that's what helps you cope. but I'm done drowning in regret for a love you couldn't hold. You got to heal and move on. I stayed broken back then, but I'm learning how to rise now, so you can't blame me again. Replay every sentence, try to find where I went wrong. I gave you all my patience, I gave you all my songs. You said I was your safe place, said you felt like you were home. But you don't leave home that easy, it ever felt like one. I kept shrinking my heart to fit inside your doubt, until I lost myself somehow. I was enough, you just couldn't stay. I loved you in ways you were too scared to face. I gave you my truth, you gave me delay. I was enough, you didn't stay. You held me like a habit, not like something you protect. You chose comfort over honesty and left me with regret. I asked you for reassurance, you called it asking too much. Funny how wanting real love is seen as losing touch. I kept believing effort could make you choose me too, but effort only came from you. I was enough, you just couldn't stay. I loved you in ways you were too scared to face. I gave you my truth, you gave me delay. I was enough, you didn't stay. Maybe you'll miss me later when the quiet gets too loud. Maybe you'll remember how I loved you without doubt. But I won't wait in pieces for a heart that walks away. I won't beg to be chosen by someone who won't stay. I was enough, I see it now. You didn't leave because I failed, you left because you didn't know how. I'll carry the love I gave you, but not the blame here. I was enough, you didn't stay. You heard me breaking softly, but you never turned around. I was screaming in the quiet, you were nowhere to be found. We had words left unspoken, truths you wouldn't face. You chose the comfort of your quiet over staying in this place. I asked you for a heartbeat, you gave me empty space and called it grace. You chose silence when love needed a voice. You watched us fall apart and still called it a choice. I fought for every feeling you let our slip from sight. Love doesn't lose slowly. Love didn't fight. You said you hated hurting me, but you let me hurt alone. You said you needed time, but time just proved you gone. I begged you for the truth. You said there's nothing wrong, but nothing's wrong when love is real. It doesn't last this long. I kept reaching for your heart through the walls you built inside, while you hid behind your pride. You chose silence when love needed a voice. You watched us fall apart and still called it a choice. I fought for every feeling you let our slip from sight. Love doesn't lose slowly. Love didn't fight. Maybe love is louder when both hearts wanna stay. Maybe silence is the answer when one has walked away. But I won't blame myself for the words you couldn't say. I showed up for the battle, you just walked away. You chose silence and I chose to heal. I can't keep begging someone to feel what they don't feel. I gave you all my courage, I stood up for what was right. I didn't lose love slowly. You just didn't fight. I was talking to your body while your heart was somewhere else. You were standing right beside me, but you never chose yourself. I kept asking if you're okay. You kept saying I'm just tired. But love don't feel like distance when both hearts are still on fire. I carried every conversation, every tear you wouldn't hold. Somehow I loved alone. I loved alone while you slowly checked out. I was screaming all my feelings. You were living in your doubts. I stayed fighting for forever. You stayed halfway gone. I gave you all of me, but I loved alone. You stopped asking how I'm feeling, stopped noticing my pain. You said we'd be alright while we were circling the train. I kept lowering my knees so you wouldn't feel the weight. Funny how I lost myself trying to make you stay. I kept hoping you'd come back to the love you used to show, but your heart already said no. I loved alone while you slowly checked out. I was screaming all my feelings, you were living in your doubts. I stayed fighting for forever, you stayed halfway gone. I gave you all of me, but I loved alone. Maybe love can't survive when only one heart tries. Maybe I wasn't asking too much, maybe you were just done inside. I won't keep blaming myself for the effort you didn't give. Loving you cost me myself, and I still had to live. I loved alone, but I won't anymore. I won't beg for someone who will meet me at the door. You checked out quietly, left me strong and torn. I loved you with everything, but I loved alone. I poured my whole heart into your empty hands, hoping you would fill them with a place for me to stand. But you held me like a secret you were scared the world would find. A whisper in the shadows you kept hidden in your mind. And every time I reach for you, you stepped a little farther back, till nothing felt like true. 'Cause I was just a love you never kept, a promise you forgot you made. You let me fall through every crack in the walls you never let break. I try to stay, I try to fight, but you never cared enough to call. I was just a love you never kept, a heart you barely held at all. You spoke in fragile comfort, words that always disappear. Touch me like a memory you never meant to keep near. I stayed until the hurting felt like home inside my chest, waiting for a softer version of the one who loved me less. And every time I beg for more, you close another open door, leaving me unsure. 'Cause I was just a love you never kept, a promise you forgot you made. You let me fall through every crack in the walls you never let me break. I try to stay, I try to fight, but you never cared enough to call. I was just a love you never kept, a heart you barely held. let me drown in every tear while you stood just out of reach. I gave you all, you gave me half a truth I never meant to face at all. I was just a love you never kept, a heart you barely held at all. Quiet for the sound of you to change, hoping you would turn around, hoping love would rearrange. But every word grew colder, every look felt out of place. You were learning how to leave me by the softest slow race, and I kept holding on to what was slipping from your hands. Love ends long before it understands. It's too late to miss me now. After all the tears I cried, you only want what's gone. Once you're standing on the other side, you could have fought to save us, but you chose to watch us die. Now you finally feel the longing after your goodbye. I gave you all the pieces, you just left them on the floor. Every time I try to reach, you were reaching for the door. And now you say you're sorry, but the words arrive too slow. The shadow of the tenderness you let go so long ago. And I can't rewind the hurt and can't unbreak what once was mine. Some things fade with time. It's too late to miss me now. After all the tears I cried, you only want what's gone. Once you're standing on the other side, you could have fought to save us, but you chose to watch us die. Now you finally feel the longing after your goodbye. Oh, maybe you found clarity in the emptiness you made. Maybe losing me reveals all the love you never gave. But I can't stay to fix this, can't undo the nights I tried. You showed me who you were when you stayed silent while I cried. It's too late to miss me now. I've already learned to breathe. I'm walking past the memories you never fought to keep. You could have held me closer, but you turned away instead. Now you're reaching for a heartbeat you already left for dead. of almost love in every truth you wouldn't feel. You touched me like a question you were scared to answer right. Loving you, standing in the soft edge of goodbye. And I kept giving everything to someone halfway in, hoping love would finally begin. You almost chose forever, but almost never stays. You kept me close enough to need, but not enough to change your ways. I was loving you completely, you were breaking me in two, living in the shadow of too close to losing you. Your silence, try to hear what you meant not to say. You promised me a someday, but your someday slipped away. I held on tighter, hoping you'd finally meet me in the light. But even in your arms, I felt you drifting out of sight. And I kept trying to believe in something you outgrew, but you were never mine to lose. You almost chose forever, but almost never stays. You kept me close enough to need, but not enough to change your ways. I was loving you completely, you were breaking me in two, living in the shadow of too close to losing you. Maybe I was safety, maybe I was just the light you used to guide your heart through someone else's night. I can't keep pretending you were ever meant to stay. You taught me how to tremble every time you walked away. You almost chose forever, but you never crossed the line. Now I'm learning how to breathe without the hope of calling you mine. I was loving you so deeply, but deep was too much truth. And you were always standing too close to losing you. I kept every little moment like a promise carved in gold, but you held our fragile future with a heart already cold. I felt you slipping softly, even when you said you'd stay. Your arms were wrapped around me, but your mind was miles away. I kept trying to believe you, try to read between the lines, but love shouldn't feel like trying all the time. I was asking for a heartbeat, you were giving me the wind. I was loving you completely, you were halfway to the end. You almost chose to need me, but you never really did. I was holding on to love you couldn't give. You said you weren't ready, but I saw the truth inside. You were scared of being shattered, so you kept your feelings tight. I tried to meet you gently, tried to show you what was real, but you can't touch forever when someone's scared to feel. I kept waiting for a moment where your heart would finally choose, but some people only show a love they'll lose. I was asking for a heartbeat, you were giving me the wind. I was loving you completely, you were halfway to the end. You almost chose to need me, but you never really did. I was holding on to love you couldn't give. Maybe you remember when the quiet feels too loud, that someone tried to love you when you couldn't say it out. But I can't wait forever for a fear you won't outgrow. I lost myself in someone who couldn't let me know. I was asking for a heartbeat, you were giving me the wind. I poured my soul into a story, you refused to let me begin. You almost tried to love me, but almost isn't enough to live. So I'm letting go of all the love you couldn't give. You held me like a promise you were never gonna keep. I loved you through the silence where your feelings fell asleep. You kissed me like a question when you never meant to ask, and I lived inside the maybe of a love that couldn't last. I kept hoping you'd remember how it felt to fall for me, but hope can be a tragedy. You almost loved me back, but almost isn't love. I kept reaching for your heart while you kept pulling when I shoved. You left me in the doorway between staying and I don't know, and I'm still standing broken in the space where you let go. I memorized your half smile, try to read between the lines. You gave me pieces of your heart, but never what was mine. You held me like a memory you weren't ready to erase. But even when you touched me, I could feel the empty space. I kept trying to be enough for a love that couldn't grow. Some things you feel but never show. You almost loved me back, but almost isn't love. I kept reaching for your heart while you kept pulling when I shoved. You left me in the doorway between staying and I don't know, and I'm still standing broken in the space where you let go. let go of the words you wouldn't say. And now I'm learning how to leave the things that never stayed. You almost loved me back, but almost broke me down. I gave you every piece of me, you gave me halfway love in return. I'm walking from the doorway where you kept me hanging low, and I'll heal from all the hurt in the space where you let go. You held me like a question you were scared to say out loud. I felt your heart lean toward me, then pull back into the clouds. You kissed me like a promise you were never gonna keep. A feeling on the surface that never learned how to be deep. And I try to trust the moments where it felt like you were sure, but you always wanted more. You almost loved me, almost stayed, almost chose me in the quiet of the day. But almost isn't love, it's a door you never walk through, close enough to hurt me, close but never mind to lose. You held my heart like something you didn't want to break. Still you chipped away the pieces every time you looked away. I waited on the edge of hope, begging you to cross the line, but you kept me at a distance where love dies every time. I try to read your silence, try to hear what you wouldn't say, but truth still slipped away. You almost loved me, almost stayed, almost chose me in the quiet of the day. But almost isn't love, it's a door you never walk through, close enough to hurt me, close but never mind to lose. Maybe you were broken, maybe I was just too real, maybe love was something you were terrified to feel. But I would have held you gently if you'd only let me near. Instead I held your absence longer than you were ever here. You almost loved me, almost tried, almost saw forever when you looked into my eyes. But almost is a heartbreak, and you left me with the proof you were close enough to want me, close but never mind to lose. You held me like a promise every time the world got heavy, you were gone before too long. I learned to love your chapters, even the ones you left unread. But you only stayed beside me when the weight stayed in my head. I kept hoping you would show me that your heart could choose to stay. But you loved me best on better days. You loved me when it was easy, when my heart wasn't hard to hold. But when I finally needed you, your warmth suddenly turned cold. I gave you all my pieces, hoping healing was your charm. But I was only ever broken in your arms. I tried to be your calmness, tried to soften every storm. But loving someone fragile only works if they transform. You said you cared so deeply, but you never proved it true. You loved the version of me that required nothing from you. I kept fighting for the moment where you meet me halfway through, but you never knew how to. You loved me when it was easy, when my heart wasn't hard to hold. But when I finally needed you, your warmth suddenly turned cold. I gave you all my pieces, hoping healing was your charm. But I was only ever broken in your arms. Maybe you were scared to feel a love that asked you to be real. Maybe I was scared to see you never give the same to me. But I can't keep on pretending half a heart can fill the space. I deserve a love that stays. You loved me when it was easy, but I'm learning how to let go. I can't keep begging for the warmth you're incapable to show. I'm taking back my pieces, learning strength from every scar. 'Cause I was never truly broken, just broken in your arms. You said my name like it was safe, like I could finally breathe. But every promise you would make had cracks I couldn't see. I held your fears like they were mine, protected every scar. But loving you was reaching for a light that stayed too far. I kept believing in your words when your actions told me no. I loved you more than you know. You let go while I was still holding on. You turned her always into something already gone. We almost meant everything, but almost broke my soul. I stayed and fought for love, and you let go. You used to look look at me like losing me would hurt. Now you say you're doing fine, like I was never part. I searched your eyes for regret, but all I found was space. You erased me from your future like a memory you misplaced. I kept waiting for the moment you finally choose us two, but choosing me wasn't you. You let go while I was still holding on. You turned our old ways into something already gone. We almost meant everything, but almost broke my soul. I stayed and fought for love, and you let go. Maybe love can't live in a heart afraid to stay. Maybe I was just a lesson you needed on the way, but I won't keep bleeding for the truth you never told. I deserve someone who stays, not someone who lets go. You let go, and I'm learning how to heal. I'm leaving all the pieces of the love you couldn't feel. We almost meant everything, but almost isn't whole. I loved you with my life, and you let go. I poured my whole heart into your empty hands, hoping you would fill them with a place for me to stand. But you held me like a secret you were scared the world would find. A whisper in the shadows you kept hidden in your mind. And every time I reached for you, you stepped a little farther back, till nothing felt like true. 'Cause I was just a love you never kept, a promise you forgot you made. You let me fall through every crack, and the walls you never let me break. I try to stay, I try to fight, but you never cared enough to call. I was just a love you never kept, a heart you barely held at all. You spoke in fragile comfort, words that always disappeared. Touch me like a memory you never meant to keep near. I stayed until the hurting felt like home inside my chest, waiting for a softer version of the one who loved me less. And every time I begged for more, you closed another open door, leaving me unsure. 'Cause I was just a love you never kept, a promise you forgot you made. You let me fall through every crack in the walls you never let me break. I tried to lost, a love you never kept, a story you refused to read. You let me drown in every tear while you stood just out of reach. I gave you all, you gave me half, a truth I never meant to face at all. I was just a love you never kept, a heart you barely held at all. I felt you slipping slowly like the night against my skin. You spoke in quiet half words that never let me in. I try to read the spaces in the pauses of your breath. It's hard to love someone who's already halfway left. I kept reaching for the pieces of the heart you hid away, but you drifted more each day. I'm barely holding on to the love we used to be. You're here but you're not with me, and it's breaking quietly. Your fading light is showing what my heart tried to outrun. I'm losing you in silence, and I'm barely holding on. You used to fill the doorway with a smile I call my own. Now I swear the air is different when we're standing all alone. You talk like you're a stranger, like you're choosing not to stay. And every time I ask you, you just softly look away. I keep searching for a reason why your heart turned into stone, but some answers stay unknown. I'm barely holding on to the love we used to be. You're here but you're not with me, and it's breaking quietly. Your fading light is showing what my heart tried to outrun. I'm losing you in silence, and I'm barely holding on. Maybe love can disappear even when you try your best. Maybe goodbye doesn't echo, just fall softly in your chest. But I can't keep pretending you're the same as yesterday. Some hearts leave without leaving, and yours already slipped away. I'm barely holding on, but I know it's time to let go. You stopped reaching for the fire long before I felt it low. Your fading light has left me in a place we've both outgrown, and loving you is something I can carry on my own. thought our love could never end, but time has turned you into wind. And though the world moves on outside, I'm frozen where we said goodbye. Tell me why you had to go, leaving me in afterglow. Every tear I tried hide still remembers how we cried. Even if the stars won't shine, you'll be the ghost that haunts my mind. I'm still lost between your lies and the way you let me go tonight. Your sweater still hangs on the chair, the scent of you won't fade away. I keep pretending I don't care, but it's harder every day. The songs we love still fill the room, each note becomes a quiet prayer. I try to sing, but all I hear is silence in the air. The clock keeps ticking, hearts decay, the colors drain from yesterday. I reach for warmth that's turned to cold, a story left untold. Tell me why you had to go, leaving me in afterglow. Every tear I tried hide still remembers how we cried. Even if the stars won't shine, you'll be the ghost that haunts my mind. I'm still lost between your lies and the way you let me go tonight. If love was meant to fade away, why does your voice so call my name? If pain was part of letting go, why does it hurt to feel the same? I take the scars, I take the fall, just to feel your touch again. But all that's left inside my chest is a whisper of your name. I still remember how you smiled, pretending everything was fine. The truth was hiding in your eyes, a storm behind the calm disguise. Tell me why you had to go, leaving me in afterglow. Every tear I tried still remembers how we cried. Even if the stars won't shine, you'll be the ghost that haunts my mind. In the silence, soft and slow, I still love you, though I know you're gone beyond the light. The way you let me go tonight. And if our hearts should meet again, beyond the pain, beyond the end, I hold you close and never show the way you let me go. I felt the shift inside your heartbeat long before you said a word. Your promises turned hollow, your I love you sounded blurred. I kept trying to ignore it, told myself it wasn't true, but your eyes gave every answer that your voice refused to do. And I held on to the pieces long after they turned sharp, trying to save a dying spark. This is the love you took back, the one you left out in the cold. You pulled away so slowly, I forgot how not to hold. You walked me to the ending and pretended not to know. You broke me long before the day you let me go. You said you needed breathing room, but you were breathing without me. Every step you took in silence was a step toward being free. And I kept stitching every moment, trying hard to make us whole. But you can't fix a heart that's breaking for a love that's lost control. And I gave you every warning, every tear I couldn't hide. You still chose the other side. This is the love you took back, the one you left out in the cold. You pulled away so slowly, I forgot how not to hold. You walked me to the ending and pretended not to know. You broke me long before the day. Maybe someday you'll remember all the love I tried to give, all the ways I stayed and fought when you'd forgotten how to live. But I can't keep falling deeper into someone growing small. I deserve a heart that stays, not one waiting to withdraw. This is the love you took back, the one you swore would never fade. You turned forever into echoes of a promise you unmade. And though I'll always miss you, there's one truth I finally know. You were gone long before. Let me go. Used to warm the darkness just by breathing next to me. But now the air between us feels like distant memory. I call your name inside my head, you never hear a sound. It's like you left the moment all the lights went down. I keep pretending you're the same, but all your love is pulled away, and nothing feels like yesterday. Now I'm broken in your silence, falling through the quiet spaces. You don't say goodbye, you just fade out of familiar places. I'm reaching for the parts of you you've already pushed away. I'm broken in your silence, 'cause you're too quiet to stay. We used to speak in glances, now you barely even try. Your eyes don't hold the stars they did the first time you met mine. I trace the outline of a love that doesn't fit you now, trying to breathe through all the ways things you've learned to shut me out. I keep holding on to something you don't care enough to say, and it's slipping through again. Now I'm broken in your silence, falling through the quiet spaces. You don't say goodbye, you just fade out of familiar places. I'm reaching for the parts of you you've already pushed away. I'm broken in your silence, 'cause you're too quiet to stay. Maybe you were gone long before I felt the shaking at my door. Maybe love died softly and I just didn't hear the sound. Now I'm broken in your silence, alone with everything you're not. You drifted out so gently, I barely knew the moment I got lost. I tried to hold your fading heart, but you slipped through anyway. I'm broken in your silence, 'cause you were too quiet to stay. Felt you slipping softly, like a shadow losing shape. You were smiling in the moments, but your heart was trying to escape. I held on to the pieces of a promise wearing thin. Loving you felt like knocking on a door you wouldn't let me in. And I kept trying harder every time. You slipping softly, like a shadow losing shape. You were smiling in the moments, but your heart was trying to escape. I held on to the pieces of a promise wearing thin. Loving you felt like knocking on a door you wouldn't let me in. And I kept trying harder every time you tried to leave. Loving you taught me how to grieve. I was chasing what won't stay, running after fading light. You were loving me in echoes, only half of you inside. You let your heart outgrow me, left me reaching endlessly. I was holding on to someone who'd already let go of me. You said you still cared for me, but your eyes were saying no. You held me out of habit, not the way you used to hold. I kept waiting for the moment you turn back and want us to. But some hearts find their healing in someone that's not you. I kept searching reasons in the hurt you didn't speak, trying to fix what wasn't mine to keep. I was chasing what won't stay, running after fading light. You were loving me in echoes, only half of you inside. You let your heart outgrow me, left me reaching endlessly. I was holding on to someone who'd already let go of me. Maybe love has seasons, maybe ours just reached the fall. But you didn't have to leave me by pretending through it all. I would have heard the truth if you had said it honestly. Instead I learned to lose you while you stood right next to me. I was chasing what won't stay, trying hard to make you see. But you moved on in silence long before you left physically. You let your heart outgrow me, and it broke us hopelessly. Some goodbyes don't need saying when love's already set free. You held me like a question you were scared to say out loud. I felt your heart lean toward me, then pull back into the cloud. You kissed me like a promise you were never gonna keep. A feeling on the surface that never learned how to be deep. And I try to trust the moments where it felt like you were sure, but you always wanted more. You almost loved me, almost stayed, almost chose me in the quiet of the day. But almost isn't love, it's a door you never walk through. Close enough to hurt me, close but never mind to lose. You held my heart like something you didn't want to break. Still you chipped away the pieces every time you looked away. I waited on the edge of hope, begging you to cross the line, but you kept me at a distance where love dies every time. I try to read your silence, try to hear what you wouldn't say, but truth still slipped away. You almost loved me, almost stayed, almost chose me in the quiet of the day. But almost isn't love, it's a door you never walk through. Close enough to hurt me, close but never mind to lose. Maybe you were broken, maybe I was just too real. Maybe love was something you were terrified to feel. But I would have held you gently if you'd only let me near. Instead I held your absence longer than you were ever here. You almost loved me, almost tried, almost saw forever when you looked into my eyes. But almost is a heartbreak, and you left me with the proof. You were close enough to want me close, but never mine to lose. I kept the light on in the hallway, like you might come back home someday. Your shadow still lives on the walls, where your promises used to stay. I whisper things you'll never hear, words you stopped listening to. And I'm drowning in the memories of a love that wasn't true. I held on longer than I should, believed you loved me like you promised, but you never could. Here's the last tear I save for you, the one that finally breaks me through. I gave you everything I had, and all you gave me back was proof that love can hurt without a sound, can vanish with the smallest move. Empty arms and empty truth. The last tear I save for you. I still sleep facing the doorway, like you'll show up in the dark, but ghosts don't knock on windows, and you don't miss my heart. I painted hope on every morning, but the nights were always cruel. They sang your absence softly, till I learned that I'm the fool. I try to fix what wasn't mine, try to rewrite every ending, but love won't lie. So here's the last tear I save for you, the one that finally breaks me through. I gave you everything I had, and all you gave me back was proof that love can hurt without a sound, can vanish with the smallest move. Empty arms and empty truth. The last tear I save for you. Maybe someday I'll forgive you, or maybe I'll forgive myself for holding on to someone who was reaching for someone else. So here's the last tear I saved for you, falling from the part of me you bruised. You taught me how a heart can break and still pretend it wasn't you. I'm letting go, I'm coming through, with nothing left to lose. Empty arms, empty you. And the last tear I save for you. In your eyes I saw the morning, a world untouched by fear or pain. But shadows crept between our hearts and left behind a quiet rain. The way you held me in your silence still lingers softly on my skin. Each breath I take recalls your warmth and everything we lost within. I hear the echoes of our laughter, a melody that fades too fast. I try to hold it in my hands, but time slips through like glass. In your eyes I feel the distance, the space between the words unsaid. In your eyes I see the longing, a love that lives inside my head. Even though we're worlds apart, you're still the rhythm of my heart. In your eyes I touch the pain of dreams that won't remain. The night recalls your soft confession, the whispers hidden in the dark. I search for you in every shadow, but find only a fading spark. The scent of rain beneath the moonlight reminds me of your gentle hands. I tell myself that I'm moving forward, but my heart still doesn't understand. The stars above reflect your silence, a lonely mirror in the sky. I close my eyes and there you are, a voice I cannot deny. In your eyes I feel the distance, the space between the words unsaid. In your eyes I see the longing, a love that lives inside my head. Even though we're worlds apart, you're still the rhythm of my heart. In your eyes I touch the pain of dreams that won't remain. If I could hold the time between us and turn the clocks another way, I linger in your quiet moments and ask you gently not to stray. I trace the lines of all your secrets and promise not to let them go. I'd keep your heart within my own, a flame that always glows. In your eyes the world is silent, but my soul can hear your call. Even as the light grows distant, I would catch you if you fall. In your eyes I see the sorrow, the tears we hide behind our smiles. In your eyes I find tomorrow, a love that lingers through the miles. Even if our paths divide, you stay forever by my side. In your eyes I feel the truth, a broken love, eternal youth. In your eyes I still remember the way you made my heart surrender. Though we must say goodbye tonight, I'll still live in your eyes. You touched my hand like it was nothing, like you were trying not to feel. I saw your smile losing color, every truth becoming real. I kept searching for the moment you decided we were through. But endings happen quietly when they start inside of you. And I kept asking for a reason, but silence always tells the truth. You're already moving on. It's the way you let me go, like loving me was wearing thin. You faded slow, you drifted cold, till I couldn't find where you've been. I was breaking in the shadows while you stayed just out of sight. It's the way you let me go, fading out of your eyes overnight. I begged the stars to make you notice how my heart was trying hard, but you were living in the distance, even lying in my arms. I held the pieces of our future, but they slipped right through your hands. You never meant to hurt me, but you never let me stand a chance. I kept waiting for the moment you would say you still were mine, but some goodbyes don't use words. It's the way you let me go, like loving me was wearing thin. You faded slow, you drifted cold, till I couldn't find where you've been. I was breaking in the shadows while you stayed just out of sight. It's the way you let me go, fading out of your eyes overnight. Maybe loving me was heavy, maybe loving you was blind, but would have carried both our hearts if you'd only asked for time. But it's the way you let me go, no goodbye, no warning sign, just a quiet, gentle leaving, like you wanted to be kind. Now I whisper to the memories you stopped keeping in your life. It's the way you let me go, fading out of your eyes. You said you'd never leave me, but your eyes were saying maybe. I felt the distance growing in the spaces. You got quiet lately. I tried to pull you closer, but your heart kept drifting slow. I was holding on too tightly to someone letting go. I kept praying you'd come back to the way you felt before, but you weren't mine anymore. I'm falling alone again from a height we used to share. You promised me forever, but you never meant it there. You walked away so softly, I didn't notice when you chose. And this is just a part where you let go. I kept all your confessions like they meant we stood a chance, but you held me like a moment, not a future in your hands. I tried to mend the heartbreak that you wouldn't even see. You already halfway gone, while I begged for you to stay with me. I kept searching for your heart in a love You said you'd stay forever, but forever never shows. You slipped out of the story long before the final close, and this is just the part where you let go. I try to be the quiet you could run to in the dark, the heartbeat you could lean on. You lost your spark, but every time I reach for you, you slipped through like the rain, and I was left standing in the doorway, holding on to pain. I never asked for more than true, just wanted proof you felt it too. But you faded like a memory, and I'm falling out of your hands like I was never meant to stay. You keep letting go of love in the softest kind of way. I'm the echo in your distance, just a shadow you outgrew. I'm falling out of your hands, getting left behind again by you. You swore you'd never leave me, but your silence tells the truth. It's louder than the promises you whispered in your youth. I'm still holding on to moments that you don't remember now, and breaking into pieces you never pick up somehow. I keep pretending you still care, but there's no warmth left anywhere, just a heart you stopped believing. And I'm falling out of your hands like I was never meant to stay. You keep letting go of love in the softest kind of way. I'm the echo in your distance, just a shadow you outgrew. I'm falling out of your hands, getting left behind again by you. Maybe it's my fault for holding on to someone halfway gone, but loving you felt worth the pain until you walked away again. Now I'm falling out of your hands like a story you stopped reading. You leave every heart behind, without warning, without meaning. I was hoping you'd hold tighter, but you never planned to. I'm falling out of your hands, left behind again by you. I felt the distance in your heartbeat long before you turned away. You used to reach for me so softly, now you barely know my name. I try to keep our moments steady, but time was never on my side. You slipped away so quiet, I didn't even hear goodbye. I kept holding on to pieces of a love you left behind, pretending they were mine. 'Cause you were love I couldn't hold, a warmth that faded when I needed it most. I was falling through your fingers while you let the moment go. You never meant to hurt me, but you left me in the cold. A story ending soft and slow, a love I couldn't hold. You said forever like a promise, with a trembling in your voice. I thought your heart was choosing me, turns out you never had a choice. You floated further every sunrise, like the tide was pulling you from me.